Photography can be hard and sometimes even cruel. You spend the day outside, shooting, trying to make images that you will like, and when you upload them on your computer, you end up with pictures that don't make you feel in any specific way, and you honestly think that your images are garbage. When this happens, you may feel like your images will never reach the expectation and the ambitions that you have regarding them. Recently though, I have been shooting an image that I like, which is quite rare, and I hope you will like it as well, but if you don't, it does not really matter. For me, photography is more of a personal thing. More than the mere satisfaction of having shot an image that I like, this picture told me a lot of things about my photography, and specifically about a mistake that I have been doing for a very long time. And those are the best images, the one where you can take a lesson from them. And while I discuss this, I will show you some other pictures that I took that day in Neo. So before I tell you about the mistake that I have been doing and that you are probably doing too if you are watching this video, I want to start the discussion by a very basic question. What is an image? I guess plenty of people have given an answer to that already, but when I thought about it, I had the impression that my definition was quite interesting. So I came up with the idea that a photographic image is the result of a relation between a perceptible reality, which is often a place, and the people in it, in the case of street photography, a camera, which is used to capture this perceptible reality, and the photographer, who plays a conductory role in deciding of the nature of this relationship. And if we accept this definition, then we can say that if you want to be more efficient in producing images that you like, you need to have a good knowledge of the three elements of this relation that leads to an image. Now that I have defined what's an image for me and how to be more efficient in producing image that we like, you have probably understood my mistake. And now, if we consider my recipe to make good images, or at least images that you like, it seems quite obvious that many of us that are not satisfied with their work are not knowledgeable enough about the elements that are composing this relation that leads to an image. More pragmatically, the problem was that I did not know the place I was shooting at. The problem was not the fact that I did not really know the place, but I didn't know it through a lens. Of course, I had walked through it a lot of time because I was living there, but for some reasons I always thought that photography was more exciting if I went to a town that I did not know and that I discovered a place with my eyes at the same time as I discovered it with my lens. And I think those are two very different things. When you are just walking around, you may imagine some shots that would be possible, but you are not trying them. And in the case of the image that I showed you at the beginning, as you can see now, I had already tried this composition 2 times with long exposures. When I walked there and I saw that people were swimming and that someone was going to enter the water, I knew that this would be a great picture. It was obvious to me, and that's why I took it with confidence. My goal is not to tell you to stop going on holidays and take pictures. My goal is more to make you think about your knowledge of the place where you are taking pictures. You need to go again and again and again, and then you will start to be very efficient in making nice pictures, because you will know where the light is reflecting, how is the sun, which place gets busy at which time of the day. Those are all things that you should know if you want to improve your efficiency in producing images that you like. And also if you shoot in places where you have already shot, then when you are walking again at the same place, you have already seen the images that you have taken in that place. So you know what was wrong and how to improve them. It's really nice to realize a mistake that we made, but the best part about making mistakes is to get lessons out of it. So the lesson that we can take from that is simply walk around with your camera in places that you have already walked around with your camera. Do it again and again. Find a place that you like. Find a city that you want to document, or a neighborhood that you want to document. And then maybe spend 1 week just walking around the same neighborhoods. Or maybe walk around there, live for a while, go back there. All you need to do is to know what you want to shoot, what kind of images you want to make, and then if you know the dynamic of the place, you'll know where you need to go and at what time you need to go to get the images that you want to get. And by the way, I'm very far away from being a professional photographer or for being in a position where I can give lessons to people. I still consider myself a beginner in photography, and I won't give you lessons on gear, for example, because I'm not very technical. For the things that I experiment and where I notice that I'm making mistakes, I will tell you guys about it because it might be interesting for you to know how a person like me, photography enthusiast with, I can say it, high ambitions, is evolving. How he is self-reflecting on the work that he is making in order to make it better the next time. And I won't focus on that for too long, but one part of this mistake for some people, it's not my case because as I said, I'm not very technical, but for some people, one part of this mistake can be to focus way too much on gig, on how to have the sharpest image possible, and not focus on the two other elements. And with regards to the third element, what does it mean to know the photographer? It means just to know yourself as a photographer. What do you want to do? How do you see your evolution? What's your goal? Is it simply to have pleasure while looking at your images? Do you want to be able to work on specific projects about a specific topic? And to know yourself as a photographer better, the best way is probably just to buy photography books and to look at the images and to understand what kind of images are resonating with you in order to be able to take some elements and get influenced, not copy, but just get influenced and put some of your observation in your own work. If my definition of an image and of how you can be more efficient in making images that you like was something that you were interested in, I can tell you that I'm very interested in making maybe a Discord group or a Facebook group. I don't know which form it will take, but it would be interesting to have a platform where photographers can discuss their evolution, they can discuss their influences, they can discuss the images that they made, have some criticism about them maybe. If you want to be updated once I create it, just join me on Instagram. I will for sure make hundreds of stories about it. It would be nice to see you there. Now it's time to end this video. I hope that you liked it. If you did, of course, hit that fucking thumbs up. And of course, if you want to see more things, you can subscribe. You know it already, but we have to tell you to subscribe so that you do it. That's how it works. See you in the next one. Bye bye.